Oh no. Let's see if this works. Okay, good. Sorry, but I'm getting late. I can't really touch the computer because it's being funny. I was trying to get chat so I can read. Okay. Hello. What I did yesterday is I tried to lower this a little bit more to get more definition because I don't think it didn't look right. And so now we're trying to shape these leaves a little bit on the insides. So, very nice. I can use. I was watching another there's these quick motions in there. It just seems aggressive. And we're down here. It's kind of, you can see it on this side. It's kind of up. Now what kind of proof this is. Double down, a little more control cut. Look a little bit more. This is a little bit short. I think really is a little bit all down is when you get a chip. The bevel angle on these things is very acute. It's at 15 degrees or less. Stop. That's a little bit of the texture we're kind of going for. Force anything else. Yeah. Trying to make it look radical, but it's difficult. Sorry. What we're doing is right. Okay, I think I sent them. I'll check it. Let's see. I'm not going to pro left either, but we'll just do a double negative. It's just nothing. Not too bad. Hope the sound works. Too loud, let me know. Shows peaking on my OBS. Oops. Trying to get some of the website stuff. Thanks everybody for the input. Hello? What? Oh, the IL was just a typo. I sent you a lot. I sent you. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll send the other one. Okay. All right, I sent 3, but I guess it didn't go through. I'll resend it. Okay? this one's not sending. Oh, there's a little thing. Taking a while to find it. Email problems. The double down. These are tricky parts. Remember, I don't like all this is like that. There's a lot of different levels and stuff like that. And replacement bands on blade. You got a 3/4 inch one on there now. Testing it out. And it works pretty good. On this. See the other one. That's what the top of it looked like inside the machine. Now, this part. I'll show you. Like a golf shot. Just keep chipping away. uh, handle. I'm not done with. There's like a lot of different levels to it. A little bit. Very little. And oops, that's back. That's lower back. How to get this? Alright, that was really tricky. I bought these, they came with a double bevel, micro bevel, and they go like this, and then like that, and then like they just tilt it up just a little bit, but that changes the degrees, and they weren't as sharp as I wanted them to be. So when I get the chisels, I just resharpen them up. Look at a picture of it. Pretty good at looking at it. Great. Douchebag. Excuse this bitch. This key is the most elusive damages I've ever had. It's not a cool tip. When you do sharpen or any kind of like double bevel gouge or one of these skews, it has a thin wire edge that just kind of stays on there. When you get it, you just stick it on a piece of wood and just draw it back, and it will take it off and still stay sharp. Some of these I haven't sharpened, and I still slice their paper like I understand. Right. Off business. Sometimes when you look at the screen, gives you a little better view of what the shadows and stuff like that. Not sure if I'm copying the same one over and over. They're all different. That's really not if you're really young. But sometimes even when they're in, yeah, one I sell it. These ones I kind of keep. I'm keeping these ones as like what do you call them? Like a display to show people what I can do. But advertise them in the process of redoing the website because they're not happy with the company that we bought. But yeah, sell them. And made some pretty nice trays. The instruments are online. They're saved. Once I had a snafu with the bandsaw yesterday. Yeah, quarter-inch blade when I was trying to resaw a little bit, it came off. And it takes a little bit to put them back on. But that one was ruined. So I had to put a 3/4 inch resaw blade on it. And I tested it out, but that was late. And it worked really nice. But I have a whole bunch of other ones that I've done. And, I've done stuff like this. This is a display piece. This is somebody asked. I mean, there you go. But as you can see, it's on just a little stick. But I have my wife actually gold leafed one of these. I don't have it down here. This is a fleur-de-lis, and she gold leafed it, and it turned out really nice. Just the other day, so I had them, I think, like that on the board, and so I would do one thing to all of it, and then got them done really pretty quick. One problem, this is African mahogany, and the grain on this goes every which way imaginable. This is one of the first ones I've ever done. I think this is the first one I ever done. Not done too long ago. Yeah, there's some other ones if you want to see them. I'll pull them up. Just right over here. This is a rococo vine. It's like a period style, that they had. Maybe it's late 18th century work, 1700s, late 1700s, and I think close to the 1800s. I don't know exactly. I can find out. I'm just trying to look around all these. I came on a little late. It's my mother's birthday today, and I kind of misjudged time. I had a doctor's appointment, and my bad, so I came on a little bit later. But I'm here. Apologize about that. And I'm just trying to, go back over some of the spots that I wasn't too happy with. Like yesterday, I had all this roughed out, but the height difference on these is pretty drastic on some of it. So you have to cut all that down, and like the leaves, they're, let me see if they kind of dip in, so they're not flat by no means. I was thinking of just rounding them out a little bit. This is a little thick piece of wood, but I like working with the thicker pieces because I got to get this off. I don't have one of the old style tail vices that they crank out, and actually the whole bench part moves. And you got a row of big, huge square dogs. I have a smaller tail vise, but that works pretty well. It actually holds stuff more than it looks. I like questions, so if you have any questions, and if you wanted to see some on my blog, there's a lot of stuff I've done and a few of our little adventures. If you're interested in looking, I think you can find it. The Commands exclamation point blog. And all my stuff's on Instagram. I'm trying to take pictures, of everything we do on stream. But I started selling a lot of picture frames. Business isn't that great at the moment. And some of those I don't stream much anymore because it's really kind of mundane, unless it's something like huge. I did a frame. It was about 59, 60 inches long and 3 foot. So this is about this long, about this high, and then it's on my website and Instagram. It was about, it had a four and a half inch perimeter of teak, and then it had slats. Then on the inside, it had a 2-inch perimeter, and then the panorama went inside. But I did it without any screws or nails or staples. So I did all the joinery for all of that. And then I put gigantic dovetail keys in the corners and let them solid, and then ain't going nowhere. That was one of the only picture frames that I had to do that I had to leave allowance for expansion and contraction because it was solid teak. About 7/8 inch thick. A lot of people wonder why the frames are so expensive. Well, the labor on that thing was crazy. I actually underbid it. But no trade. Can't really get them anywhere else. I'm not sure what kind of plant this is. I've been asked that. I don't really know. It's more symmetrical. If you have, I don't know if you're Carter, when you're doing these like intricate pieces, the grain direction switches all the time. Like the predominant grain direction could be going this way, but every time you make a curve, it changes and it will tear it out. Like right here where I hit this point, at this point right here, and it tipped. And the grain direction swapped from going that way to going that way. So I come back in this way. I use best just to use it. I like using these ones because they're small. If they can handle these are stubbies. This is a full size tool. Those are nice handles. They're not striking the hand because they're beautiful handles. We'll sand this down. This is going to have a little. We changed the sound on this sound structure. Far cry from what I had before. But yeah, Mueller, he was very awesome. All on like I said, I'm on Soleil and a few of them on spring break. They come in and say hi. You help me out. If you want to join Discord, you can join our Discord channel too. It's all free. Okay. We're working on wood chips, collecting rewards for Jordan. My partner in crime and I we do it together. Try to come up with some good rewards. You know, stuff that I would like if I was watching the screen. And I got these new pencils. They're awesome. These are markers. These are Teflon markers. They're made by Pika. And, so I ended up buying whatever some of the ones they had. Check that out. It's a marker. Crayon marker. Just something like that. The pencils are what is really good. I like the deep hole pencils. And look at the size of the lead. What you do is you take this, and you sharpen it with the little sharpening end, and then right there.
I'm gonna need help to put the dogs out.
Okay.
Stay here.
I'm trying to screw them. What's going on?
They're not taking off.
Ooh.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Sorry, we got
He was
three
trying to bring
dogs.
us out the door. I think he was trying to bring us out the door. Oh, we just got here. Yeah, we just got here.
Like 2 jobs. One's down the street. So let's go into the front. Yeah, the hot water was fine yesterday, and then this morning he goes to take a shower and it's cold.
Is it in here? Or?
You know,
Oh, okay, it's in there. How you doing?
good. Mark, you can close the door now.
Sorry about that. There's no hot water. This is a tough one. I didn't open it. And they were hard for me to track down at first. I tried to go. The way I got them was I got them through Festool. They came here and wanted me to test out one of their prototypes. And so I did. And it was pretty awesome. And they gave these away. That's what kind of got me hooked on them. Pen. It's a Teflon coated. This it comes with refills. This is my new Pica pencils, markers and stuff like that.
There it is.
Oh,
There's half of it.
Which one's the hot water? Might be the other one.
Wow. That's a hell of a shot.
You want to turn it off?
Right now, I just want to know if it's on.
It's on. Yeah, it's on.
Okay, cool.
10 and 12. You want it off?
We'll leave it on for like this minute. I will need to turn it off probably.
Just let me know. I'll turn it off. Drink. Oh, looks like doing that shit now. Hot water. I did it. For my mother-in-law, I did it. It's probably, I think, the best one I did. Hey, Lola. How are you? Enjoying the weather? Look, just spilled all over the garage floor. Oh, let's put on it. It's all this problem trial here. I'm going to do some chisel. This. And let's see what I'm working on. Oh. Thanks for the host, man. I'm all right. You? Things are, shit's actually in here working today. I got a new blade on the bandsaw. I put that on late yesterday. I put it on a 3/4 inch. It was like a $200 blade, but it's 3/4 inch and it's tungsten tipped. And I put it on there, and I was ripping through. This is what happened. That's what happened with the first one. Then I came back, and look how straight that cut. Then Yeah, but it's supposed to last forever. I got nice, perfectly book matched pieces. We're gonna join them together. I have them marked. I'm gonna have to visit my plans and then resolve them. Yeah, well, I'll let you know. I'll recommend the blade once I test it out a little bit. But right now, it's A plus. Sorry, I still have this drink, and it's right next to a electrical spout. Some wood chips. Over here, soak it up. There we go. Okay. What you working on? Yeah. These ones, that one might be a little bit harder to sharpen. I'm not too sure, but I sharpened my own bandsaw blades. And so, like, Mac actually came. He's a viewer of mine a long time. And he came to my wedding. And some people don't believe how sharp some of the tools I have are. That's why you'll see me shave my leg with one swipe sometimes, or slicing through cardboard. But if those blades are sharp, they'll suck in. And he went to cut something, and he just went, sure, and big rest. You know, that's why you gotta watch your thumbs. Put my sweet tonight. Really gonna jump on a Longhorn. Back in the day, back in my drinking days, I have accomplished that, but I wasn't a Longhorn. Bold he was. I'll tell you a story when I hear it. It's kind of funny. It's stupid at the same time. If I can tell you the way I do it, and then one time I can show you how I do it with whatever you need. But you got to have them sharp, or the difference. Like when I started doing it, I didn't realize the importance and the value of sharpness. And there's a million different ways to sharpen the tools, and everybody. Oh, cool! Like what life it is. I mean, it makes the world. I didn't know that. And then so I was researched different ways to do it. I tried with oil, different kinds of stones. And what I found is that hollow grind my blade, all my blades except for carving chisels and these stubbies. I don't hollow grind these ones. I just do it by myself. And then I take them, and once they're done, so it could be whatever grit you want. I would also suggest you can get a sharpening, like a Tormek sharpening system. They work really well, but they're kind of expensive. But they also work. You can get a Rikon slow speed grinder. Set that they do that. You can buy the stand with it. I think it's slightly overpriced, so just stick it on a bench, bolt it down on a walk, and then you'll have two kinds of things if you use it like rounds or a hollow. You need a round wheel. But you can have like a 60, 80 grit wheel on there, and then you have the degrees you want by the bed. Just tap it and then put marker on the face. Just tap and go side to side. And you get a hollow. And you get to see it then. Oh, thanks for the follow. I don't understand why my sound's not working. Oh, that's fine. Something happened. But thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. But see, like this. Let me see. Yeah, it's got a hollow. So when you go to sharpen it, only these two pieces touch. So, and then you get them shiny. So I go from 1,000, 5,000, 8,000, and then to a polishing stone. I'm doing all right. I do it now. My sound went out. Terribly. Just talking a little bit about sharpening with hula. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Thanks for the follow. Bluetooth. Try to connect it here. There we go. Hopefully it's on there. Yeah, I'll show it to you. So Raycon, any slow speed grinder. But this is the one I know if there's a Rockler near you, they'll have it. So so they're all low speed, and except for the one on the far left is not. So like that. But you want to get one with a metal bed that you can get to your degree, kind of like on my little, I have a Raycon sander, little 5.5-inch sander, but it works really nice for doing. Oh, batteries are out. Sorry. They work really well for sharpening my scrapers for turning. So I just have that one on the 1.5-inch strip. I have that thing set at about this would be about 80 degrees, and I just work it back and forth. And it only takes about 2 swipes, and you got it perfect. If you don't touch it, and you go back, and you always get the same exact cut. And so just do that on there if I need to square them. I have the bed, and the bed's here, the deck, and then there's a wheel, and I just set it on there, and I just touch it, and when I square the blade off, it gets out. Sometimes they get out. And usually when you find out they get out, you've already done it on something. So, because the first tourniquet I had, it wasn't sharpening square, and it was the worst thing in the world. Timber wife watched me suffer through that, and I mean, I just couldn't for the life of me figure it out. And I did, and there was something wrong with the jig, and then it was really cold up there, and it kind of destroyed some of the tools. So this one actually lost all its power. And so I got a new one, and it's sharpened square. But some of my tools are high-speed steel, some of them are A1 tool steel, and there's a huge difference in sharpening them. So I got a blade, the grinder, that's 200 grit, and it is for high-speed steel, but you can sharpen anything else on there. But even it says made for high-speed steel, it clogs up, and you've got to resurface it. So, and they're expensive, so like, screw it, I'm not buying any more of this shit. Let that one wear down. And, you know, if you're doing a lot of turning, yeah, you're gonna have to resurface it a lot, and your stone's gonna wear a lot quicker. But if you're just doing all flat bench chisels, it'll be set for a good while. But it takes practice to sharpen. But I like some people. If you try it, let me know how you like it. they buy these.
I think I get a better finish on my other ones, but
It's subjective, I guess. So this is an extra fine. This is a sharpening stone, and it's extra fine. And usually they'll have 3, but these are $100 each. And so, they go coarse, medium, and then fine, and then the leather strop it usually.
but I don't know what it is. I like having the wet stones.
Building up a slurry, and I think I get a really good polish. And my blades are sharp, so I don't really see a need to change it. I don't mind showing everybody sharpening, but I think it's so I'll try that one. Before. First of all, I gotta remember what tools I use. But like I said, these carving tools, you don't grind them on the freaking wheel because they're so thin. If I would have put that on there, that curve would take all that off just from the radius of the wheel. So now I just stick with going on a stone and then grinding that bubble. Same thing with the gouges. You want to grind the whole thing, but you see how shiny that is? It's like a mirror. It is a mirror. You want it like that. And, if you've got scratches and stuff all over it, it's not going to work. It'll work, but it won't work well. And I use 2 different kinds of compound. But if I know it's sharp, I'm just touching that button to hit the red. And, I have this. I made this with dowels. So I just took, my wife got me I just needed dowels, and they're at Michael's, so they got me this. I didn't need like sticks. So she got me a little thing of all these different diameters. And so what I did was I put them in the vise and planed half of them down. And it took just a few seconds. And then I put wood glue and I mixed a little bit of CA in there so it set permanently because I wanted to use it right away. And then I did the same thing with little strips of leather. Just 100% bovine leather and folded them over. And so now this is flat enough that I can do it on here. But like when you get to something that's like this, I'll just give you an extreme example. Something like that. So that'll fit on these. And you just polish. Same thing. I want the inside. But then it gets the inside nice and shiny. I urge people just to try it. Some people, not the same way. You're just nervous about screwing up your blades. At least that's the way I was. Man, I'm gonna screw this up. So for the longest time, I was like hollows and rounds. They are awesome and they work great when they're sharp. But I was so scared about screwing up and getting rid of that round that I would never sharpen them. And then I didn't use it as much. But once you go and you sharpen it, it makes you want to go, use it and resharpen it again. All that you have to do is when you sit there, because it's going to be around, you just kind of go on like this motion. And you can hollow grind those too. You would hold them up there, but you've got to move it like that. It's kind of awkward. I don't have a slow speed, but I don't have a high speed. If I see one that's on Craigslist or something cheap, but maybe I'll pick one up and look. There you go. Yeah, but then once you do it, you try it sharp, you're gonna screw up. I did a lot. Start getting better, and I'm no authority on this either. And oh, thank you. It's a sundial on a pod thing. Oh, take care, man. Thanks for stopping by. If I don't hear the ping phone, there's something up with my sound. So I'm sorry about that. But, this looks pretty good. I think I'm gonna go around and this one's I'll just get them all like that. This is weird. The grain's going this way, but it's on an angle. If I would go up, no, I'm talking about this piece right here. I have this thing screwed up so it's like kind of moving. So the grain's going like that. But if I try to go that way, it'll work up until here. Yeah, but if I tried to go this way, it would tear out. So I just got to be mindful. That's very difficult. Especially when I was doing that African mahogany. But wait for this not to catch on there and pop me in the face. Well, no, sir. You're good at that. Oh, and I know it means crooked. I know it seems crooked, but I'm being an ass back to you. That's why I say crook. And guess what? That's how I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna start a new thing. say words wrong so everybody believes them. So you could say, I did go to school once. Nobody liked me. That's good there out there. So they go back this way. Yeah, check out, if you guys haven't, check out my blog. I don't know what you all think. I've done some great, amazing work. You did go look it up. Did you hit the button for them to say it? Here come that robotic lady voice. He did. He just wanted you to make sure before you tell. So. Crook. My bandsaw blade cut crook the other day, and you saw it go out. It was terrible. Nothing was working. Then the goddamn internet went out. But then it was like being invaded by a Chinese army. It was like a fleet of Spectrum trucks. So nothing was working. I was getting frustrated. Cameras weren't working. I think the USB, there's 2 USB ports in the back, and 2 of them are loose and failing. So now I'm running off of 2 8. Well, I was trying to at one point, but stayed. But it was bad. The blade's here. It lost its powers. But I put that other blade back, still in Texas Hula. Make sure this doesn't come unplugged. It might have to get You see it? How thick that blade is? It's 3/4 inch one. Oh, it's thick. I did a rip with it. I did this piece. I'll show you. So this one was crooked right there. See that? And what I did was I put the other blade on from the other side, and then I popped it open. I'm not sure exactly which one it is. The new one. Yeah. 3 TPI. The other blade was not too far off. The other one was 5. But I hated losing that 1/4 inch blade because it worked so nice. I do have that 1/8. Now I'm a little nervous putting that thing on because I'm used to having a real heavy duty blade in there. 'Cause that thing has got so much tension on it. I don't want to let it fail on me. But you know, like when you have it and you have the deck, and you have a piece of wood in here, you always want those bearings almost touching, just in case that happens. What happened yesterday, or else it'll go flailing all over the place and catch it, or worse. So, what I was just doing right there was there's a hot water heater guy here, and I don't want him to be walking back and around in here because of all the stuff and the fragile back of this damn computer. Or art. It just adds like a little bit of, je ne sais quoi niceness. There we go. Yeah, most of these. Trying to find this. So if you want to follow that one or that one, I think I'll follow this direction. And then we're gonna tilt the blade like that with the bevel. And then just come down. Now I'm gonna go in, take the right cut in here, and then I go deeper down towards the bottom. And it has a nice little shadow. Put it on here, put it on here. Go deeper on the left, high on the right. Chip it away. Also called chip carving. Yeah, it's kind of a pain, but I can show you real quick. I can look at it close and look at the pores and know that's going this way. You can look at the side. So, sorry. Oh wait, I get to use my marker. So you see how it's going like this? The grain. Why is it not showing you? Oh, so you see how the grain is going upwards like that. So the grain direction is this way, and then backwards on the other side. This one's pretty straight grained, but it looks like it's going up. So there, down at the bottom here, it's going that way. So just the way it was taken out of the tree. So that won't be a little bit difficult to claim. But the majority of it's going this way. So this is the direction of the grain. But you can also tell those are riffs on, because their two ones are from the center of the tree. Like say if you got one with the cathedral, this is a cathedral right there. And this was a branch early on in its life. And so the grain is going that way because of that cathedral is pointed that way. So usually when you split these and then you open them up, they swap. So it looks really good, but when you flop it, you got to think of it like this. So I got these two pieces. Grain's going this way, this way. Flop it. Sorry. So when you flop it, it's going to be that direction. On the other side, it's going to be the opposite direction. So book matched is really nice, but getting downhill from what I've been explaining is uphill would be into the grain. So cutting downhill, I've never referred to it as that, but this is my guess. But if you're cutting downhill, that's going with the grain. You don't want to cut uphill, and because it'll be the same thing. The grain's going this way. That if it's going this way, that would mean downhill for me. But if someone says, "Oh, try to cut it uphill and go this way and get a huge gouge," so that's why block planes are block planes. Chip breakers are there. They don't break the chip. They stop the blade from digging in. So let me take a little tangent. If you guys want to see this. Oh. So you have a blade here. What looks like a blade. And then right here you have a chip breaker. So here's your wood. Right? So when you're planing it, it goes here and twists the shaving off. So that's how you get that roll. That's the blade. This is the chip breaker. And like right here is only about a 32nd of an inch. So, but doing those simple things that I told you will give you a heads up. So, but then you have grain like that African mahogany, and you can just look at it like this, and you can tell it's just going up and down, up and down, up and down. Same thing with highly figured and around knots. Around the knots, they just go all over the place. That's why people complain and bitch about tear out around their knots. So when you get to a knot, hit the bitch dead on, don't stop. Obviously, don't take a cut like a crazy cut. Just hit it head on, you'll be fine. And then when you get done, you can I use a different kind of plane knot, and then you can go back and scrape them. Well, the general grain will go that way if it's a cathedral. So if it's stacked like this, you're going that way. But if you have a knot in there, the grain's going all around, swivelly. So you're not going to sit and go this way and plane all that way. I'm still going to plane this way. Because I would take a scraper to it. So I would plane it. There would be some tear out, yeah. Then I would scrape it with a card scraper or a Stanley scraper. And then I would come back and then I would sand it in the grain direction. The predominant grain direction, which would be that way. Yeah, grain goes all around. Like if it's a knot, it's going all over the place. It could be going that way. It could be going that way in one spot. It could be going into it. It could be going out of it. It's just the way it is. That's why you hit the damn thing straight on. then come back, then you'll do your finishing film. But you want to be careful and take a thinner, I would take a thin shaving off of here. You could take a chunk of that out. Because clean cut works with cedar. Cedar's full of knots. And some of those will pop out. At least I've had them all pop out. But like for this piece here, I would plane in this direction. Let's see how this grain is like, it's right here. Right there, it's going that way. It's going this way here. But it's changed right there. And it's going around. So it's kind of squirrely. But you just take the thin shaving and then you can take your card scraper. And you take a card scraper and then you would scrape it down this way. You can take out all your imperfections. I can do that and show it to you if you want me to. But like when you get to stuff like this, really like this one right here. It looks like the cathedral's, well, there is a spot right here. Right here, see it? So it's that way. I think I'll mark it on there. But if you didn't have that, if you didn't have that and you just saw this circle, that would be a little, yeah, cedar is not the greatest. But it can plane, and when you do plane it right, it planes nice. Oh yeah, wish Timberworm a happy birthday. She's what? I think she's 48. But this would be a little bit difficult. But I'm telling you this right now. Like, see right here? This is a little anomaly. There's probably a branch somewhere that came through. But you can look close. And where you can see the pore, if you see the hole here or anywhere, and it's small and then it opens up, that's the way you're going to go. But if you see it small and open up this way, you're going to go that way. So next time you got a board like this where you can clearly open the grain, see the grain, just look down and see it. Sometimes you can see from the side. But it looks like it's running pretty straight all the way across here. But some areas you can tell they're rising up. Like this is rising up very slowly. So it's that way. So look really, really close. Basswood is hard to do. Basswood is probably one of the hardest ones for me to figure out grain direction. You can also go like this. Just feel the wood. And if you feel like it's scratchy this way, you can do that on a rough sawing board. And just get the general direction. That's what I'll basically do. I won't even look at it. I'll just go like that. And I can tell. So like on this one, the pores are very very little. But when I get up close and personal, you can usually see them. Over here, I would plane that this way because it's hard to see those little bits. But on these, where I tore out, I can see it, but it's kind of difficult. But I can take a piece of, like say right here. Which way is the grain direction going? I have no idea. But on top here, it's laying down nice and flat like that, like a cat. And I go this way. You can't hear them on mic. But it's all rough and gross. But back this way, it's just, you won't get a splinter. This way you will. Yeah, just try it. Try it. Then take a hit with a plane. If you screw up, just plane it the other way. But you'll develop that piece, and then eventually, I'm no expert, but that's what's worked for me, and you can do that. So buy rough sawn, feel which way it is, throw it through your thickness or the opposite way, because the blades are coming this way. You want the grain to be going that way, so it won't tear out. If you flip it out, man, you're gonna hear all this really gnarly noise. I've done that. I've had boards stacked, and I accidentally took one. When I took it off, I flipped it and fed it through, and it just tears the shit out of it, and it's almost ruined. Yeah, basically that's how it is. What's that?
Put it back on.
Yeah. Now I was just explaining why there's a chip breaker, or a chip breaker or a backing iron. But for like these planes, there's no need for a chip breaker. This is just a simple wedge, because look how fine the mouth is. 0.3 of a millimeter. You don't need a chip breaker for that. But on these ones, mouth is quite large, and so that chip breaker will stop that. Yeah, you can do that too. But that's just the way I would tell you. I told you a bunch of different ways. So, but be careful, like you see like block planes and stuff like that, and you go the wrong way, it'll dig straight in there and take a huge splinter out. I have done that. So I don't know if she's talking to me. Are you? That wasn't mean to be. Yeah, well, wear your safety stuff. Read the owner's manual before using any equipment. But it will tear out. But like, I'm serious when I like people use. You can use a block plane. If I'll use a block plane on a piece of wood, if I'm sure the direction's going that way, I'll take it off because it'll take just a hair off. Like I have skewed block planes that are 90 degrees, and they're awesome. And it'll take an edge off. Like you can feel it here. This is a skewed. I gotta fix this camera. This is really stupid. So the grain's going that way, but this skewed block plate will take a nice cut going that way. But watch it. That's what happens when you go the wrong way. So it took a huge gouge and tear out. So that's what, and this is a bevel up plane. You wouldn't get it that bad. You see how thick that chip was? But when you go back the correct way, you get a nice little fingerings that float to the floor. And this thing keeps it at 90 degrees.
There's a left and a right one. Those come in real handy.
this is also a skewed, 90-degree block plane. These are all copies from the Stanleys. And then if I did it this way, I'll be okay. But if I went back this way, I would just tear it out even more. So you use your block planes carefully. I don't have a lot of time. But when you use something like a plane like this, I'm going against the grain. So that's one of the features of this plane. If you ever do buy one, please got my name locked to it. So fine off plane going against the grain is getting rid of all that tear out. Yeah, you feel it. So when you're going, this is a but you saw that tear out, right? But it ain't there no more. So there's advantages. I'll mark the timestamp. 1:53. 1:53. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Try to do that. You can go back this way here. After you have your stuff back. These are real fine pages. This would be about a finishing cut. They're transparent. I can see through it. They float to the floor. So that's why I like these planes. But you can get, I'm not bashing one or the other, but you can do the same thing with it. I'd be less likely to go on the opposite side with a metal body plane. But it's got a chip breaker. It's not a pretty good setting. It doesn't plane so well, so it starts to tear up a little bit, but it's not as bad. But you can see the difference. I'm not left-handed, so it's not real fine. Put some water in the vise. So this is for ultra fine shaving. Thank you. But I appreciate that. But you can use these for a lot. But for end grain, there's some people that use this. They'll use a really sharp, like number 4, and they'll put an end grain with it. But the only thing you need to do before you do that is you got to take this edge off, or else you're fucked. People do plain end grain with it. And then see how it's slipping out of the vise? With a little bit of water. Let's try it on the inside. Silver piece. Vacuum. I won't move. Believe it or not, there's a right and a wrong way to clean end grain. You would never have thought of it. And if it's getting a little rough, you give it a little bit of wet machine oil, which I keep in this rag holder. Where it was a Ziploc thing, and I used heavy duty rags, and then I filled it and let it soak with light machine oil. But usually go this way as well. You can take off your So these are the shavings it takes off from the end grain. And you can see that end grain is nice and flat, no tear out, but it's rough this way and smooth that way. Okay, dry safely. Guys here for the hot water heater. She'll be back. I think that was her. This is a problem. I can't type. So you can use your regular old block planes or body planes to plane end grain. They do have nice low angle jack planes and stuff like that. But I think I would just get it so it'd be like a tool in my arsenal. But people said it was built just to plain cutting boards. Readings and solicitations. Are you? Oh, you remember. That's enterprise. If you can't speak out, you'll get interrupted. What time do you want to cook?
Well, I was gonna start with the fries, because they take 45 minutes per.
Okay, start with the fries and then I'll come in. Oh, whatever.
Well, I mean, the fish is really easy. Do you think I need to can? And I'm gonna put oil. Yeah. Half an hour and you'll have water, guys. So they changed all the parts. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Why? Did he have a reason why he was doing that? I'm just curious. Because I won't the only time it's the thing that's like it's great, but to be honest with you. Huh. Because these chisels, what you're talking about, with see the size, see the difference in the angles. Backwards. See the difference? These are for mortising. These big thickies. Write it down. Well, in that case, you get it kind of close to where it was at, and then we can try that real quick. Something like that. I use this just to scrape. It's a beautiful thing. It's perfectly smooth. No, it might work. I use this as a scraper. It's a 2-inch wide piece of steel. You can try it. I will just scrape it. Go ahead and sound. Let's try that away. The only thing I see is it leaves some of the fibers on. But yeah, it does work if you're on a pinch. Man, this camera. I don't know why it's super zoomed like this. It's not on super zoom. I don't know why it's so freaking up in your face, you know? I'm gonna have to readjust that because it's like looks like it's aiming here, but I'm over here. Yeah, sure. I'll look at it. That wouldn't be the first thing I would say. Like, hey, pick up the scraper so I can. Maybe I don't know. But like I said, this you got to feel for where the burr is on here. But you just kind of push that. It leaves a nice flat surface. Smooth surface. But you got to go continue because you stop at these things, like it'll leave a little gouge mark. That is really smooth. Oh, there is. Yeah. Trying to find the. I don't know why it's not. That's weird. That's not one of them. Oh, I don't know what's up with that, guys. Sorry. I'll have to figure that out.
It's not moving. Damn. Always something, isn't it? But anyways, let's. Oh, and we have these new Streamlab wood chips. We're coming up with some good ideas for that. We can start getting into no extra. There's a guy, he did an orchid. And man, that thing was awesome. But it looked fake. It looked plastic. But it was done in 3 phases. I think touching it up with sandpaper does a nice little touch to it. I'm going to have to work on that window. Thanks for pointing that out, Aaron. Work all the way up. Take my time. You got oil on your hands and stuff like that, and that's how it gets difficult. This is part of the grain. So, I don't know. So I have this little thing right there. We'll get one for you. You guys that live near a Walmart or a beauty store, you're going to be in luck. What, is there somebody follow? Or? See, but it's not moving it up. I don't know why that's not working like that. It's not even showing up. Is it up here? Yeah, I don't know why that is doing that. No, no. Maybe I'll have to restart it. Let's try another. So that one moves, but this one does not want to move. Forward ticker. It's not even capturing it. I want to be able to move it. You guys have any idea how to move it? Yeah, but that's what it is. Usually like that's how it is. And usually I just pick it up and I can move it, but I don't understand why. No, it's not. They're around everything else except for that camera. And I'm afraid to disable it and then re-enable it. But I'll do that off stream. But and I think we're also going to change one of the stream days. See if I can get some more viewers. We do one on Wednesday. And then trying to get my audience a little bit. Yeah. Like I said, it's Timberbone's birthday today, so I've got commitment to it. So I try to keep you up closely. I'm trying to go the same direction. Back up with the chicken. Well, that's pretty good. Yeah, we did a lot of it, and they just changed it. It was under. I got the most out of this one. That's why I'm gonna get it. You try art. Yeah. I try to make the stream as interesting as possible. I like, teaching. What little I know.
Like just put a little post.
Reading book ones. It's a Rococo line. It's made out of this rare timber. Yeah. The rarest.
That's all.
Oh, Clean Cut said, have you ever tried to streamline the different categories other than makers and crafts?
Yes.
Maybe under art.
Yeah, I've been trying different ones. It's just there's only like a few, so I was going to suggest to you at one point that we switch, but we haven't talked about it yet.
You switch it. I mean, the followers will know where we went. Just trying to find them.
We have IRLs tagged.
Yeah, Sir didn't seem really interested in it last time. So we don't know about that one. We'll talk about it. Nobody was really.
Not directly educational, no. I saw a lot of people craft under the Just Chatting one, and that channel alone, that category has a huge number of viewers, but then again, you can just easily get lost.
Yeah.
But just trying to fit more keywords. Hi. 102, you got another one.
See?
High five.
Awesome.
Hang it up with that one.
Put it on there, please. At 102. One day we just didn't want to teach you stuff.
I'll talk to you more about it later.
Okay, yeah. She's got great ideas. And Jody and Lucille Rose. Just trying to get the traffic and trying to people reading about blog and stuff like that. It takes time. I wonder if I should paint this one. Imagine.
Yeah, you can get other colored foils too.
Oh, that color.
Yeah, Just Chatting is a rough community.
Yeah.
It is. But I'm just saying that's where I've seen a few others. If they're not in this channel, they're in that one.
Yeah.
But when I looked through the entire list of categories, and this was honestly, truly the closest match. Honestly, there wasn't anything else that was.
Yeah, I guess we're looking for part-time ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. She's going to deal with that.
I've already dealt with that.
Well, was he going to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And I think that.
Oh, cool. Thank you. I didn't get it. I didn't see it. Message.
Yep.
You guys like the little chips?
Yeah, I don't really know where those bits show up anywhere, but
It shows up. See them? They'll come in the middle of the screen. All right. Yeah.
oh, that's what it looks like.
Yeah. This is like a. I don't know if they're accumulating or not.
Yes, we're definitely, that's part of the plan.
Yeah, they're all recorded. Like this is recorded right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's recorded while I stream and then I shut it off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they're on there. And I gotta load some more up on YouTube. I did put the big reveal on YouTube for the chair.
Okay.
Pretty cool. Looks very nice. So, you're not wearing anything, are you? It's natural how you get out of bed every morning.
Yep.
Oh my dear Lord. When she gets out of the shower, no bullshit. Place looks exactly the same. It's very true. I want to Oh, I wanted to show you these two. So here's the Pika. There's that. And try this one. Crayon, I think. Right bucket. You like that one?
Nice. Yeah.
There's two of them. Keep them. Keep that one.
Yeah.
There's a blue one. You can open that one. You see, I know I've been showing you all that. The green one, they're long hole like those, but the lead's super thick. But you sharpen it right here. And these are for marking timbers or anything you want, like and the other one's a marker. So, but we are going to have to be cooking dinner, right? So I guess I'll wrap it up here. And I'll say thank you sorry for the late start. Oh wait, I just ended up getting 2 more hard drives. So once I get the camera boom up with different camera angles, I'll be able to label those recordings and edit them. I was looking at the thing. We'll eventually end up with 4 different cameras in the shop for having different angles. Yeah, I got a 4th one right here, but I'm losing power in that. So I was going to try to get that 4th one up because I have another tripod that's nice. But we still have to do it. We were thinking about putting a shop mount on the ceiling. So, right? So I might do that. Wouldn't mind doing that. I just gotta go order the shop mount, I guess. We can do that. I'll do it tonight. Do it tonight. See where I can hang it up. Online. Hopefully it works. I think I'm just gonna foil these. Cut. I'm sorry. Even with my beautiful scroll saw work. No good. It's good. Knock it down. There we go. What's the final product? Don't know how to rotate this thing. Just look at the part of the shot. That was pretty neat. You pull it down. Yeah. So,
That's what I wanted. I just we haven't cooked one. But yeah, not always across the top, but that way you can pull it down and do a time lapse over there. Or you can just have it up there. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what I was thinking.
just ordered. I just wasn't sure. Hopefully, I'll buy them tonight. Hopefully, they'll be set up by Monday. I mean, I already got the webcam. Might as well use it. I just got to get another extension for it. So, Prize Electronics usually has everything in the world too, so I can probably run by and pick that up. I'm about 10 miles away. It's a superstore.
Mm-hmm.
But look forward to seeing what your shop layout looks like. Pretty sweet. And I don't see you guys this weekend, I will see you Monday. And keep an eye out. We'll let you guys know in Discord. So if you haven't joined Discord, please do so. Discord command for new mods and everybody is !Discord. And that should show it. And if it's not giving the right link, I'm going to have to go back and see why it's not doing that again. But join that, we'll let you all know, because I think Wednesday we might be doing a later stream, so I can stream when you guys are at home. Yeah, of course, you have a great weekend, and we're going to go get massages later and have dinner with the folks, my sister, and chillax. Watch some documentaries. So, you guys are great. Thank you for everything. And I'll see y'all later. And thank you for all the follows. Sorry I didn't hear them. But my sound shut off. But I'll have this fixed too as well. So y'all take care, and I'll see y'all next time. Keep chipping away.